Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fragrant Bunker. I have something very interesting to do today. It's a review of none other than Thierry Mugler's Alien, the Eau de Parfum concentration. We have it here. And very interesting story how I got to this. L'Oréal and the Mugler team contacted me. So they have sent me this sample product of Alien, the Eau de Parfum. I have no deal with Mugler and L'Oréal. I am not obligated to show any of the products they sent me, nor am I obligated to review any of the products they sent me. This is going to be a very particular review because there's a couple of things that I need to share with you. From a personal perspective as well as professional. So, are you ready to embark on this journey to the alien planet together with me? Look at this gorgeous background that I prompted Bubbles to generate for the occasion. A beautiful alien landscape with purple crystals everywhere, with alien technology. And also, I was thinking to myself, I'm a huge fan of the Alien franchise, the movie, Ridley Scott, but also H.R. Giger. And so Alien Romulus, the latest iteration of the movie is coming out, of the franchise Alien is just coming out days prior to me filming this video. So I'm super excited for the movie. Everything is holistic. You know that I've been telling you since years now on my channel. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is holistic. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button and become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun, come join the chats, and everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. So as we spray away, fascinating story. Out of the blue, I get an email from L'Oréal telling me they would like to invite me to join the testing of Alien, the whole family of Alien, all the different flankers, iterations of it, that they've watched my videos, they appreciate my work, they would love to hear my feedback. They would love to, learn from me. It was a really interesting email. It was not your typical email request that you get for a collaboration, they usually call it. By the way, no money was sent to me. Just to be very clear, there was no deal to do this review whatsoever. I just thought the timing was really weird, especially because, well, we all know my thoughts about Alien. And for those of you who don't know, me in the work sphere in fashion, where when I used to work a lot in fashion, a lot of the people I worked with that were not good people wore Alien, and we're talking decades ago. And so this made the perfume really obnoxious to me because I would always associate it to the most obnoxious people. And for the longest time, Alien has been, to me, a symbol of the type of person that would be a social climber, a sociopath, psychologically unstable, just like ruthless, would walk over dead bodies to get what they want. And I would always associate this smell to them. 2024 has been, and in fact, I list Alien in my top 5 most obnoxious perfumes. 2024 then begins. Look how everything falls into place, and we're going to get to this, how everything is holistic. 2024 begins, and I get really sick. My lungs kind of failed me. I was sick for 5 weeks. It wasn't COVID, it was something else. Then I finally healed from that. Then I had to be rushed into ER. in March. I had to have surgery, a different part of my body. It wasn't the lungs, but then, it was just 2024. I swear to God, it keeps giving the weirdest, worst things. And after my surgery, I had kind of an epiphany. I started thinking, I've been remembering, I'm like an elephant, I might forget, I might forgive, pardon me, I might forgive you, but I never forget. And that never forgetting kind of partially remains never forgiving either. But after being so sick for, the first half of the year, I came to that personal epiphany of saying, I need to forgive and I need to have closure and I need to move on and I need to let go of whatever bitterness is there, whatever strange feelings towards people that have done me dirty in the past is still there. I'm going to forgive them because life is short, being rushed to the ER. That was the first time in my life that I was in a hospital. Of course, minus when I was born, but as a grown adult, it was scary, full on body anesthesia was scary. It's like you're dead. You're just gone. And so my healing process, my physical healing process was also connected to my psychological healing process, this whole stance of just being more chill, letting it go. People do you dirty, they do something wrong to you, and you can hold a grudge, or you could just say they didn't know any better. Just let it go. Let it go. You'll be better for it because your stress levels are going to be lower. You will be personally releasing less toxins inside your own stream and your own body. Ultimately, it's better for you. Now, I have reviewed several Mugler fragrances, never sponsored. I bought all of them myself, and favorable reviews of the ones that I purchased myself. In fact, I love Aura, and I've made a very particular time travel video dedicated to Mugler's Aura. I also adore Mugler's Cologne. The first one, the green one, also reviewed that one favorably. Adore Amen. I made a review of Amen 10 years ago. I've worn Amen for decades. Love it to bits. And there's one alien from the Alien family that I bought myself that I really, really loved back in 2016, and I did review it also, called Alien, the Flankers Alien Eau Extraordinaire. Love it to bits. That was the only alien I really liked. This one, I could not stand it. Now, since L'Oreal wrote me and the Mugler team wrote me if I would kindly give them my address so that they could send me with no expectations whatsoever. They could send me a box with a few products. I actually, at the beginning, I was like, I'm not going to answer because I don't want to have anything to do with Alien. And then I thought about my process and my journey of healing. And I thought, let me read up on current reviews of Alien because I haven't smelled Alien in a while. I just have the vivid memory of this intense, obnoxious monstrosity worn by people that are terrible, terrible human beings that I happen to have encountered in my life. For the most part. Not all of them, but most of them, yeah, that would wear this perfume. So this one had a really bad rep for me. I started reading the reviews online. And I started noticing something, that most of the current modern day reviews and feedback of Alien are negative. And most of them are written by people that have been wearers of Alien since a long time and are complaining that Alien no longer smells as intense and as deep and as intoxicating as it used to smell when it was first launched. In other words, they're talking about a reformulation and a watering down ever since L'Oreal took over, apparently, that they are not happy about. So that's what triggered me. And again, I repeat, everything is holistic. everything happens for a reason. And I thought to myself, interesting, so things are changing. I am changing. I'm working hard on myself to be a better person, to forgive. Maybe I should forgive this perfume as well. So everything clicks into place. The timing was just right, you know? The Mugler team writing me, asking me this, me being on my own trajectory, the reviews of this perfume being not favorable for it anymore. I'm like, okay, send it over. Let's test it out. So you can see I have quite a dent in this fragrance. So I've been using it for a few weeks now. Okay. I have been testing and playing with this day and night, outdoors, indoors, humid temperatures, dry temperatures, air conditioning on, superheat. And in fact, what people are complaining about in terms of Alien not being any longer good is actually what makes Alien good to me. Because it has changed just enough to not trigger those memories in my head anymore. Sure, the DNA is still there, don't get me wrong. There's that synthetic world we're floating in, but it is a white floral in a dark world. Dominique Ropillon, after all, is the nose behind this one. And not just Dominique Ropillon, we also have Laurent Bruyère, together with Dominique Ropillon, creating Alien by Mugler, amber woody fragrance, launched in 2005. And we got Jasmine Sambac in the top notes, Cashmeran in the mid notes, amber in the base. Let's read quickly the description, the current description that Mugler places for Alien on their website for the eau de parfum. Fragrance family, ambery and woody. Keynotes, Jasmine Sambac, Cashmeran, and white amber. About the fragrance, Alien eau de parfum is the aromatic embodiment of a solar goddess. Radiant and sensual in its scent, the captivating fragrance illuminates the women who wear it with an extraordinary halo and enveloping in mysterious warmth. The team at Mugler also asked me for my input. They asked a man to review this perfume. So they know that perfume knows no gender. So here's the first thing to the Mugler team. Stop saying for women, for women, for women. If you really want to claim that it's a female fragrance, say it once and then stop there. This is universal. Anybody can wear it that has enough balls to pull it off. And we're going to get to how to pull it off as well. So something to consider, especially in this day and age, 2024. You know, Thierry Mugler was all about unisex himself. Alien, a fragrance in the future. You know, Thierry Mugler was one of the first designers who conceived refillable bottles to be more sustainable. So we're talking somebody with a vision for the future. A vision of the future does not limit perfumes to gender. So again, L'Oreal, brand marketing, step it up, you know, quit pushing this notion of woman, man. Unnecessary, especially for a futuristic vision like this one is, or like this one aims to be. An enveloping mysterious warmth, crafted by scent masters Dominique Ropillon and Laurent Bruyère, Alien is a powerful, radiant, and gripping, woody solar fragrance that celebrates spectacular femininity, a universal call to be extraordinary. Fragrance description, Alien eau de parfum is an elixir of sensuality and femininity, faceted around three revelations that merge in total harmony. Radiant solar top notes of Jasmine Sambac from India give this powerful fragrance a delicate and illuminating introduction. Assertive notes of Cashmeran wood provide the heart of this aromatic experience with a mysterious intensity that captivates the senses. The enveloping aroma culminates with suave and mellow notes of white amber that linger long through the night. Alien is a strong and sensual perfume. It's crafted for romantic dates, snowy nights by the fireplace, and brisk autumn outings. The warming notes make this dynamic perfume a perfect scent for winter, fall, or an unforgettable date night any time of year. About the bottle, The Alien Eau de Parfum bottle is cut like a talisman, set in gold like a diamond, and charged with natural energy, a precious stone with secret powers. This amethyst-colored talisman diffuses a soothing and extraordinary radiance, a mystical bottle, precious and timeless at the same time. Mugler is committed to more responsible luxury, offering unique bottles that are infinitely refillable at any Mugler fountain or with our innovative refill bottles. Each delectable fragrance is available in multiple sizes to suit your needs. While your full-size bottles are perfect for your vanity, our 10 ml mini perfume is essential for on the go. Toss a travel-size perfume in your bag and never be without your signature scent, they say. So here's another issue I have. So first of all, the unique bottles that are refillable, I mean, they also sell you the refill glass bottles. Makes no sense to me. If you're going to go to a place that sells Mugler perfumes and they have the perfume fountain, and I've seen them in several perfumeries, sure, that kind of makes sense. Although I need to know, how do they refill those fountains? How do the perfumes get to them? Also in glass with plastic, which is, again, not really functional when it comes to recycling and sustainability. You know what I mean? But then especially buying this, okay, nice bottle, yeah, I do like the bottle. And then you buy the refill, which is like a glass tube that costs a little bit less than this, and then you take this off and you refill it with from the other bottle that you purchased. So you bought a bottle to refill this bottle, so you're stuck with the other bottle. The other bottle is not refillable. So we're back to square one. I mean, I saved a bit of money by buying the refill, but we have to find another solution if you're going to claim sustainability here. You see what I'm saying? So there's that issue that I see here. It reminds me of The Dark Crystal by Jim Henson, the 80s masterpiece movie of puppeteering, The Dark Crystal with the Skeksis. And this is kind of like a vision of the future in which the Skeksis as alien race rule on another planet. And this is the shard of the crystal that kind of fell off of the Dark Crystal, and we need to bring it back to the Dark Crystal and kind of pluck it inside of the Dark Crystal to save the crystal and to save the world of Thra. Now, as for the smell, it has changed, you guys. It is mellow, and a lot of the people that loved the 2005 release are very upset with this one. I am so grateful that it's watered down. I can finally enjoy it myself, because now, instead of having that bombastic, synthetic, artificial obnoxiousness, it's still very synthetic. Don't get fooled for a second here. This one is still very synthetic. But the white floral accord in here, Dominique Ropion made this. And they have amped up the white florals. They have toned down that darker, deeper amber accord. It's less cloying, less sickly, less sticky. It's more ethereal, more airy. It's more breezy now. So for me, it's more palpable. I smell an indolic, camphorous floral accord. Dare I say, and this is what ultimately made me decide to do this review, because like I said, I was not obliged to do it. And thank you very much to the team at Mugler for so generously and kindly sending me these samples, because they did not know what to expect. They have seen my reviews. They know what my thoughts are of Alien, and still they were strong enough, and I really respect them for that. They were confident enough. They were like, okay, yeah, he did not like Alien. Let's contact him anyway and see if he likes the current version. And I thought that was very, very, very cool of them. Very forward thinking of them. I was very surprised. Pleasantly surprised. So, here's what I have to say, and this is why I decided to review this perfume. That camphorous accord in the current version of Alien is giving me Tubereuse Criminelle by Serge Lutens. And we know that Tubereuse Criminelle is basically a tuberose-based fragrance with a gorgeous indolic accord of tuberose and the most insane camphorous green poisonous note of tuberose in the opening of Tubereuse Criminelle. But then it settles into this delicate tuberose smell. Oh my gosh, Tubereuse Criminelle is one of my favorite tuberose fragrances of all time. And I love my white florals. Those are my perfumes. White floral fragrances are like my love. And Dominique Ropion also made Carnal Flower, which is another one of the masterpieces that I veer towards when I'm in the mood for something opulently heavy, but also crisp and green. Now, it feels like with the current 2024 version that I got here, it feels like Dominique Ropion has gained control over this fragrance again. Like it is now in the territory where it always should have been. It's less screechy, it's more subtle, and there's this gasoline, camphorous gasoline vibe going through, which now works because it does not, it doesn't overpower the jasmine, but rather they coexist and collaborate each other to make this alien technology work. Now they're balanced, so the machinery and the spacecraft can actually fly back to its planet where it belongs, and it can take us along on the journey. You see, in the earlier versions of Alien, that machine did not fly for me. It was a mess. It was too powerful, too strong, messy, cloying, obnoxious. So you would approach that spacecraft and then you would just stay stuck where it was. It's like a promises to take you to a faraway land, and then you board the ship and then it doesn't go anywhere because it's just glued, and all of the resins and everything that's there, the cashmeran, it's like, and you're like, okay, we can't even breathe, let alone move, Now it kind of, it became lighter. And now all of a sudden we can take off. And that's a fun journey. When you take off with Alien and you manage to take off, it's a really fun journey. And let's talk about the application here. So longevity is not beast because it is a reformulated version. I mean, at L'Oreal, they're not going to tell you it's reformulated, but I trust my nose. This thing is much more tame, but in a good way. In a good way. Listen, there are perfumes out there that cost 20 times more, 30 times more than this that are way lighter. Okay, they're going to last you 2 minutes. This thing still goes on for me for about 6 hours. But the best results I get from Alien in the current version is when I spray my legs from the knee down. Behind the knee, of course, that's a pulse area. Behind the knee and my legs, I freshen up my legs so I have it distant from the nose. It is so delicious when it's on the lower part of the body, knee and down, because that way I sense out the jasmine, the white floral accord, and that ambery note just tickles, and the cashmeran wood just tickles that jasmine and grounds it, but doesn't suffocate it. And the jasmine, because, white florals, especially also with tuberose, they really work well at a distance. Now, for example, with tuberose, also with jasmine, especially night blooming ones, they have this tendency of projecting. That is their nature. They are calling upon insects to pollinate them. They open up at night. And the idea is for the plant to manage to emanate and transport the perfume as far away as it can. It is in the nature of these flowers to do so. So, a perfumer that knows their job, that it's also a good chemist, will know how to implement the chemical components in a fragrance to mimic that natural behavior of the plants. So, for example, Patricia de Nicolai, who is from the Guerlain family but started her own wonderful brand, I highly recommend. She's a chemist. She mastered this technology of recreating in perfume form white florals that behave just like they would in nature. So her number 1 Intense fragrance, which is a tuberose masterpiece, behaves just like that. That's a perfume that I smell 10 hours later on my skin, like out of the blue. I spray it no matter on my leg or here, and then 10 hours later, I get a waft of pure tuberose. I'm like, where did that come from? And I remember, oh, I sprayed it here. I smell here, there's nothing there. It's incredible. I mean, she's a master, but we digress. Dominique Ropillon is also a master of white florals. So I have the feeling that now we have finally reached the final destination of Alien, because that spaceship has taken off, has landed on the planet, and now here we have, on this planet, we have a different scenario. We have a different structure. We have different gravity law on this new planet, right? It almost feels as though in 2005, Alien was created, it was obnoxious, it just kind of was like dropped on planet Earth and like, here, this UFO landed and deal with it. Now, finally, 2024, we have managed to find a way to get this alien back home with the stranded ship, and finally now, this alien ship has taken us back to its home on its repaired spaceship, and now we have landed on its planet, okay? And now we get to smell the alien perfume on its own planet, on the alien's planet. And now it makes sense. Now everything makes sense. All of a sudden, like a puzzle, all the pieces click together. And we are in a place now where it's the ingredients that were heavy on planet Earth because our gravity was pulling, all of a sudden these ingredients are light on the alien planet because there's a different gravity. It blows the mind, seriously, because it makes you feel like, okay, I finally get it. It finally clicked. It finally clicked. And so it is in the nature of these white florals, especially with the jasmine in this case, because Alien is about the jasmine. It needs the distance. And you get the best out of the jasmine if you allow that jasmine to not be too close, don't spray it here next to your nose. Spray it at a distance. Spray it at the extremities of your body and let that jasmine do its job. Let it slowly linger and float through the air to get to your nostrils. That's when it's going to turn and develop into as true a jasmine as it could be. Of course, the best way of smelling a jasmine is by having the jasmine flower in your garden or passing by a blooming jasmine. Then you're going to really catch a waft of the indolic jasmine. And it is a magical flower and also a magical accord for perfumery. Not for nothing, over 90% of fragrances have jasmine in them. Whichever version of jasmine, Jasminum grandiflorum, Sambac, whichever jasmine you want, usually fragrances all carry jasmines now. But to deliver a perfume that actually dedicates its core to an alien version of jasmine, I think of our living perfumers today, only Dominique Ropillon could have done it. Maybe Christopher Sheldrake as well. Because white florals are difficult to tame. Difficult to tame. I wonder who one day will be capable of finally synthesizing the essence and the raw oil of gardenias, because as we know, it's still impossible. We still have to mimic them somehow because they kind of fall apart. You cannot extract gardenia. I wonder if one day it's going to be Dominique Ropion. I mean, Dominique Ropion is not getting any younger, so who knows? But maybe somebody else. This thing is light as a feather, but it has roots. And these roots are moving. They're constantly mobile, you know? And it's an alien species. It's a jasmine from this planet, not from our planet. So the plant itself is kind of purplish as well, not really white. And the roots are they're not slowly growing, but you can see them move. The roots are like literally, you know, alive. They're communicating with you, and they all tangle themselves up with each other, and they gather in groups, and they talk, and they have motion, and they have an exchange of knowledge and communication. And all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, this spaceship we were on, it's fueled not by cashmeran or something else or kryptonite. It is fueled by jasmine. The flower itself is taking you on a journey to a faraway planet. It's almost as if Dominique Ropion is telling us the jasmine flower is so special, it's actually not from this world. The jasmine flower was delivered to our planet eons ago, and we don't even know, but it is an alien plant. Just like some people speculate that octopi, that the octopus is an alien. Some people speculate that insects are aliens. Would make sense to me. But we digress. I have written a text, if you may, about this particular topic of brands reaching out to content creators like myself. I do not consider myself an influencer. I am an artist, first and foremost. I studied art. I'm an artist, and I'm a poet, and I write. And perfumes for me are like poems. So, and the people at Mugler know this because they have been following my channel. They know what I do, what sort of reviews I do. And I think that it is very commendable for them to take a chance on me when they could have taken a chance on some other channel that talks about panty droppers and, you know, has millions of subscribers, because it's easy. That's easy. But whoever at Mugler sat at that table and thought about contacting me for the world of Alien, respect to them, because I'm a tough cookie. It's not easy to for big corporations to accept honest opinions and poetry. So I wrote this text to a dear friend of mine a while ago, and I'm going to read it to you now because it's valid for me as well, because I am an artist. So, you know, and I quote myself here in this text, we do not owe anybody any explanations whatsoever about how we proceed with our critical and or artistic work. Because we are first and foremost artists with a special eye, vision, and technique on how we produce our art. When we understand that we are dealing with an artist, then we must acknowledge that this person must have strong views and opinions about the world. Otherwise, they could not be an artist if they didn't have these strong views and opinions about the world. Those strong views also naturally seep into the artist's critical thinking and approach to everything the artist comes in contact with. This critical reflection offers a plethora of multidirectional analytical thought processes which, if expressed in review form, almost always deliver impactful, emotional, and constructive polarizing results. If a brand decides to interact with an artist as a critic, then they must also understand the effects and embrace them. Besides, the best critiques an artist can offer are constructive critiques. If a brand is smart enough, it will thank the artist for helping it better itself through her, his, their constructive criticism of the brand's product. An artist's constructive critique, in my humble opinion, is worth more than any money in the world because it brings fresh air into many brands' corporate environments, which often stagnate and turn stale due to their sole or main focus, and that being profits. When profits and success become a brand's main or only goal, fresh creativity and art dies. In that case, in my opinion, the brand's only hope left is an artist's honest critique. So I think it's a fabulous thing that Mugler and L'Oréal decided to write me, to challenge themselves and to challenge me as well. And like I say, everything is holistic. And the fact that they caught me in a moment where I'm in this transitional phase for myself, it just all fell into place. It all made total sense to me. And here I am now, an artist, but also the alien. You see, I am often the outsider, whether it be as a gay man, you're in a minority, whether it be within the gay community itself because, oh, you got the long hair, you look weird, this or that, mask for mask, don't write me if you're this, if you're that, I feel like an outsider also in the gay community, really. But I also feel like an outsider in many respects, in many layers of the fragrance community or fashion. It is just that feeling that I have of being the alien. And it almost feels as though this earthly, money-driven corporation like L'Oréal kind of decided to contact an alien for an opinion. And the alien, landed then on their planet and is interacting with them, trying to make something that resembles me, the alien. Not me, Dacob, but, generally speaking, the alien. And I'm like, yeah, this can speak to me if things change. And things have changed. And now it does speak to me. And it's interesting how sometimes the change doesn't have to be more intense, more strong, more, penetrating, more opulent, more decadent, more obnoxious. No, sometimes the evolution is toning it down. And in fact, do you remember another review I've done quite a while ago? Also coincidentally, again, everything is holistic, also coincidentally connected with space travel. And the bottle is, the spray version of the bottle is in the shape of an 80s spacecraft. I adore it to bits. Lulu by Cacharel. Lulu by Cacharel is a fragrance I adore. It is a masterpiece. Again, white floral. It's a tuberose, baby. And wonderful example, and I keep repeating myself, and I gladly keep repeating myself. It is a wonderful example of a reformulation done masterfully. Matter of fact, I much more so prefer the current version of Lulu than its 1986 counterpart, the original release of Lulu. Lulu, the current formula, in its watered down state, however synthetic you want it to have become, even though in the 80s it was already fully synthetic, but what will go, will go. Current version of Lulu is a masterpiece. It is comforting, it is soothing, it's still long lasting, but it doesn't punch you. It doesn't suffocate you in a bitter, almost peppery way. It doesn't pepper spray you. In other words, it doesn't pepper spray you. This one caresses you and cradles you. It's a wonderful example of a reformulation that is actually better than the OG, in my humble opinion only. this is what we're reaching with Alien. Can it be even better than this? Yes. And Mugler and team of Mugler, if you want to know my opinion, you can tone down a little bit more that cashmeran. Let the jasmine shine a little bit more even. Give that flower more air. Because this is already much better than what it used to be, 10, 15 years ago. But that's just my opinion. Who am I? Just some alien artist from another planet, farting out an opinion. Anybody can do it. If anybody can, be my guest. Try. Let's see how far it takes you. Because, you got to board this aircraft or this spacecraft, this UFO, and you got to go places. And where does it take you to? My journey with this one took me on this planet, the home of the alien. And the home of the alien is, well, as you can see, crystal rocky formations, many different moons, adjacent planets. The sun is very far away. Well, there's no sun. It's some star giving it light. Or is there even a sun giving it light? Maybe this light is coming from one of these crystals that are kind of emanating their own light. We do not know. But this planet, as scary as it might appear in the beginning, actually, it's home. It's peaceful. First impressions might be deceiving. It's scary because it's different, it's new. But then when you get acquainted with it, bit by bit, it grows on you. It makes you feel safe. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel welcome. It's an outsider that makes you feel welcome. It's kind of funny. It's so similar to planet Earth, isn't it? It's the richest people that usually don't give a hoot about anybody else. But it's the poorest people out there that are ready to give you their last crumb of bread. They would share it with you. They are the most giving. Twisted world we live in. So Mugler also sent me Alien Goddess and Alien Hypersense. I have been testing these out as well. So let me know in the comments section down below. Also Hypersense is the current flanker that they just released. So I've been playing with this one as well. Dominique Ropion is back at it because he personally delivered this one. And then we got Alien Goddess with a ginormous amount of vanilla. Look at that vanilla color in there. So let me know if you want me to touch base on these as well in the near future. But for now, let's just end it here with Alien for now. Looking forward to experimenting more with this little spacecraft. Where else is it going to take me? Which other planets? Who knows? Well, for now, the next place this one is going to take me, you can see how it spells alien forward and backwards. The next place this spaceship is going to take me to is going to be Alien Romulus, the new Alien movie in the Alien franchise, which is going to premiere next coming weekend. And I cannot wait to see it because I'm a huge fan of the Alien franchise. And H.R. Giger is one of my favorite bonkers artists. Rudy, as they used to call him so lovingly. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this review, please do thumb it up. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. And until next time, never forget to never give up on your alien love. And thank you to the Mugler team for kindly sending me these wonderful samples. Until next time, never give up on love. Bye.